What's going on, everybody? Liam O'Reilly, Vermont Economic Realtor with Jerry Riley Real Estate. I hope you're doing well. Today, I wanted to discuss a question that most of you folks are probably thinking about. Should I buy or should I sell a home right now? And how do I know if it's a good time to buy or sell a home? I mean, with rates at 20-year highs and the looming recession that people have been talking about for a while now, with all this information coming about the Fed, with the hikes that have been going on, how do you know if right now is a good time to buy or sell a home? I mean, the real question that you should be asking yourself is how do you know it's going to be a better time in the future, right? If rates drop and we see affordability come back down to reality, how do we know that we're not going to experience another bidding war scenario like we did in 2020 and 2021? Or if rates stay high, how do we know that inventory is going to come to the market? No, we have seen an uptick in foreclosures over the past few months and here in 2023. But if we start seeing foreclosures go crazy like they did in 2010 and 2009, during the Great Financial Crisis, where it was about almost 3 million foreclosures per year, how do we know that the government isn't going to intervene and allow people to pause their mortgage rates? Right? That's something that we saw during the pandemic when the government shut down businesses. They also allowed people to stop paying their mortgages, which I'm sure kept a lot of people in their homes. How do we know that if we're facing millions of foreclosures, that the government isn't going to decide that it's going to be cheaper for them to keep people in their homes and allow them to stop paying their mortgages than it will be to foreclose on these people and try to figure out housing for the country? The truth is that we don't know, that there's a variety of scenarios that the housing market could end up in. We could see rates drop and we could see prices spike. We could see inventory flood to the market and we could see home prices come down. We could see rates stay high. We could see inventory increase and buyer affordability keeps people out of the market. Inventory rises and then home prices come down. The truth is that there's a variety of scenarios of where the market can go, and timing the market is a very, very difficult thing to do. Um, you know, I think if you're going to time the market correctly, really what you're doing is it's a game of probabilities. It's a game of variables that nobody knows the certainty, despite the convictions of some people on YouTube, despite the convictions that I have on this channel, or that your friends or family have, or maybe even that you have about where the housing market is heading. The truth is that nobody knows for certain, and there's always going to be some degree of risk behind buying or selling your home. You could buy a home and the price could go down. That is a decision that you're making, regardless of what the housing market does. So, what I think, and just kind of the philosophical question, how to answer this question for yourself, is to look at your life scenarios. Can you afford to buy a home, and whether the price drop, and prices go down, can you weather that storm for a little while, or will you be forced to sell? Can you sell your home and look back and say, okay, the market took off and I sold my home, but I'm okay with the decision to sell because I didn't want to keep up with the maintenance, or whatever the reason is. You really have to look at your life circumstances, think about why it is you are buying or selling a home. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a great way to build wealth, purchasing real estate and selling real estate. It's a great way to build wealth. Selling real estate is a great way to get access to capital. But what you have to do, I think, is look at the reasons behind why you are buying or selling. And if you're buying or selling purely on a speculation basis, because you're speculating that the market will go higher or the market will go lower, I think you should reevaluate your decision and maybe not buy. If the only reason you're buying is based on pure speculation, I think you're setting yourself up for a very risky scenario, right? You're making a bet based on a variety of possibilities that could unfold, none of which are absolutely certain. So I think, having a long-term perspective on whatever decision you're making is always a good idea. And then trying to base your decision off of things besides price. While price is an important factor, and the interest rates are an important factor into your monthly payment, really what in your life circumstances makes you want to make this purchase or sale, and does that outweigh the risks associated to either the upside or the downside regarding price? and then make your decision based on that. It's not really, there's never going to be a for sure answer. The future is never going to be completely certain. And at a certain point, you have to accept the risk that comes with it. And, if you decide that the risk is okay for you, and that's something that you want to do, and it's going to give you the life that you want to live, either buying or selling a home, then you should go ahead and do it. But if you're buying or selling a home because you think that the price is going to drop, or because you think that prices are going to continue to rise, I think you should reevaluate your decision, because and ask yourself, what happens if I purchase this home because I think prices are going to go higher in the future and prices go down? Are you going to be okay with that? What happens if I'm selling my home because I think this is the peak and prices shoot up another 15 or 20% in the next 5 years? Are you going to be okay with that as well? These are all good questions to ask yourself, and things that you should think through on a personal basis when making your home purchase or sell decision. So anyway, just wanted to share my 2 cents on this. Liam O'Reilly, Vermont Economic Realtor. All my contact information is in the description. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Vermont or anywhere across the country, I would be happy to help you. Feel free to reach out to me directly and leave a comment in the description. What factors do you keep in mind when looking to buy or sell a home? I would love to hear from you folks. Other than that, I will see you all in the next video.